Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? This week's episode was definitely trying to be a tearjerker, and it didn't work on me. I know it worked on you guys, but it didn't work on me. Nah, I'm just joking. It was pretty sad of an episode when it comes down to finally getting some answers out to certain people that may not have known what was going on in the grand scheme of things, and giving them a chance to finally truly understand what's been happening. Um, Not only was all of this popping off, but only one of them, in the case of meeting the doll, uh, kind of took the initiative to search and look for more reasons as to why certain things was happening. And if they both did it, they might have both ended up meeting each other or knowing each other much more sooner and being able to give her some sort of happiness. But from what I understand, the doll doesn't seem to have, um, she doesn't seem to have that short of a lifespan. Um, in the case of maybe she can still go to the beach, see the dolphins, and do all these things, but I think because of all the experiments that were done on her and the things they were using is the reason why her lifespan has been shortened, but they might just not know what that actually, where that will lead in the case of, if that is the case, how far or how close is it that she's, to losing her life now. So it definitely sucks to see all this, to see these girls going through all this trouble and hardship while the, the company who pretty much started to put them into all this was pretty much just laughing. Like, none of this even mattered to them. So it must be kind of funny, back when they were doing the experiments, to try to figure out, like, why the heck does anybody care about this clone? How could anybody get frustrated at us for, just treating this clone like it doesn't matter and stuff like this? And it clearly was the focus of where these girls got their determination and their drive from, with them just being done dirty and being used as pieces to pretty much just better doll's stress so they can do more tests on her, because she did help in a relatively important part of the Misaka circle of just information wise. Like, not having her, they wouldn't have the network connection as good. Excuse me. They wouldn't have it as good as they did in this week's episode. So I keep doing that special in the corner, like bugs out. Um, but yeah, because they didn't have all of the information, and whenever supposedly the doll was stressed, she didn't want to do anything. Now you put these two girls in there who are really becoming her friend, and it almost feels as if they've completed, one task to get closer to starting the next. So they're definitely not happy with how they were treated and how they were used, and I can understand it. That's definitely a messed up thing to do, especially when the only reason why they found out she was a clone was through their own research, pretty much. Hold on. I needed to sneeze. Um, After everything's said and done, my prediction was right, actually. Um, from last week's episode was the girl with the mind control clearly did a mass memory swapping, to the point where Even if the girl who was in the wheelchair at the moment called in the people to pick her up, pick up the villain, the girl who controls like the liquid, she winds up uh, that winds up not even happening, right? Like they pretty much forget that that was even a thing, and it winds up turning into her just getting out scot free. So um, I thought that was probably another very smart and clever way of just making sure this girl is capable of seeing the doll and capable of maybe changing her whole entire life around through just one convenience that they both have in the doll, like this relationship they have with her. So I can see them trying to live as much time as they possibly can with her before it's inevitably her time to go. And seeing how next week's episode looks like it's getting back to the norm, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what other craziness they're going to throw at us because as you can see now with this show, it all starts relatively calm and then it could just be turned up at any given moment. And I think that's one of the better things about this show in general. Not only do they have these moments of just sadness and teaching you why this world is dark and why people are just taking advantage of any single moment they possibly can, and then they show you the other side of it is some people really don't forget, and if they could, they would take it back and try to better the situation of others just so they don't have to think of all the pain and suffering that they would have to go through without a little bit of kindness. So, I don't know. I'm really, really interested in how they're going to handle the rest of this season. But other than that, I'm really glad one of my anime people put me on to watching this season because I'm pretty sure I did not watch the other season 2 or season 1 just because I wasn't that big of a fan of the character. I did watch the first Railgun. I didn't end up watching the second season though, I believe. Regardless, I did end up liking this and what we got. It's just now we have to see what all is going to transpire at the end of this because we know for a fact there's like what 25 episodes or something like that. So regardless of everything that just happened, we still got quite a bit of a ways until the end of the season actually happens. So let's see how all this turns out. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with that being said, take care and peace.